Arrested a local high school principal for allegedly driving under the influence. Bainbridge Island High School principal Christina Rogers was handcuffed by Paulsbo police Monday night for DUI, reckless endangerment, and driving on a suspended license.
Welcome back to Landvik. We've got part 2 of the DUI arrest for you. If you're just joining us, on January 12, 2026, a routine traffic stop in Paulsbo turned into a headline-grabbing arrest for Bainbridge High School principal Christina Anderson Rogers, raising tough questions about accountability in education. Rogers, a seasoned educator with nearly 2 decades in Seattle public schools, has held roles as a Spanish teacher at Evergreen and Ballard High Schools, athletic director at Ballard High School, assistant principal at Roosevelt High School, and principal at Roosevelt before taking the helm at Bainbridge High in 2021. According to the Paulsbo police arrest report, obtained through a public records request, Rogers was pulled over just before 10 p.m. on Knoll Road for speeding. The officer reported signs of impairment, such as slurred speech and the smell of alcohol. Rogers denied drinking and refused field sobriety tests, resulting in her arrest. At the station over an hour later, a breath test showed a BAC of 0.07, below Washington's 0.08 legal limit. The report notes that, using the average alcohol dissipation rate of 0.015 per hour, her BAC may have been higher at the time of driving. A minor, believed to be her child, was in the vehicle, leading to a reckless endangerment charge with a domestic violence enhancement. She was also driving on a suspended license. Rogers was booked into Kitsap County Jail and released on personal recognizance the following day. The Bainbridge Island School District has placed her on paid administrative leave during their investigation, stressing a commitment to accountability and privacy. Rogers is presumed innocent until proven guilty, with court proceedings set for March 4, 2026, in Paulsbo Municipal Court. Now, here's the body cam footage from that night. Viewer discretion advised. Be sure to subscribe for more updates in this case.
I feel like I'm such an idiot. Is there any chance you can take these off so I can just itch my face, please? I don't know if it's psychosomatic or what, but
Like psychosomatic, but
wild itch on my nose, and I'm not going to ask you to do it. No.
You want me to just hold your sweatshirt, and then you can itch through the sweatshirt?
That'd be so great. Thank you so much. Oh, God, I can't believe it. I feel like... How do I do this?
Just kind of, scoot yourself, or you want me to help pull you?
No,
I just don't want to hurt you is all, yeah.
Thank you very much. Get my phone.
It's in the car. We're going to come back to the car.
This car?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, we're not leaving all your stuff.
Okay.
Alrighty, I'm going to come up into this one here. It'll be the second door on the left. If you want to walk forward a little bit, then I can walk the rest of the way. Just, I got to hold the door open for you, obviously. So, I'm going to be down in this room down here. Yeah, apparently. So you're going to have a seat in that chair for me, ma'am. If I can see in...
Right again. Just hold that up, please. I'm going to... You take my glasses off, please. I'm really sorry.
Don't be sorry. This is not
nuts. Right. This is nuts. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. I'm sorry.
I'm just going to leave this right here in case we need it again. I don't care. I've touched way worse. Can I just see inside your mouth? Do you have anything underneath your tongue? No. Anything comes out? Any false teeth, dentures? Anything comes out? Zin packets?
No,
anything?
never, ever.
Okay.
Never.
Well.
I know. Apparently I was overhearing a conversation. They've raised the tax on that by 95%.
That's what they tell me. I don't do it, but that's what people tell me, is that it went up 95% in the beginning of the new year. So
hoping some of my high school students, that'll curb some of my high school students' use.
It'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, it'd be a good thing to kind of break, but Uh,
I'm not gonna hurt anyone.
I get that. It's just.
I wouldn't hurt five. Hurt my wrist.
All right. We'll take them off for the time being. Just since I searched inside your mouth, don't touch your mouth. Don't touch your lips. Don't put anything inside your mouth. Okay?
I wouldn't have anything to put in.
I know. It's just this is just me doing my due diligence, and it's not a you thing. It's an everybody else thing, right?
I love it too, and sometimes it's very uncomfortable when I have to do that to other people. We actually have very similar jobs, which is odd that I'm in this position right now.
Okay. So I have some stuff to read you.
Yep.
After I read it, if you want to read it, I can easily turn the screen around to you. If I talk too fast, which I'm known to do, tell me to slow it down, repeat, whatever.
Okay.
But again, if you would like to read it, by all means, tell me. Say, hey, I'd like to read it. I could care less if you want to read it. Like, there's no skin off my back. So any of this stuff, you're not gonna hurt my feelings. So just tell me what you need, and we'll get through it. Okay? There's certain things I can explain, and then there's certain things in this I can't explain. So unfortunately, there's some of the stuff I'll tell you I can't explain it. I'll just have to read it again. It's just state law, so or the way it's kind of prescribed, I guess.
Understood.
All right. These are your constitutional rights. So 1, you have the right to remain silent. 2, you have the right at this time to an attorney. 3, anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. 4 doesn't apply to you because you're over the age of 18. 5, you have the right to talk to an attorney before answering any questions. 6, you have the right to have an attorney present during the questioning. 7, if you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you without cost if you so desire. 8, you can exercise these rights at any time. 9, do you understand these rights?
What if I can afford an attorney but I don't have one? You said if I can't afford an attorney, one will be appointed to me. But what if I can't afford an attorney but I don't have a phone, I don't have one?
This is for like as trial kind of goes along. So like if in this
Right.
like in this moment right now, right? Like if you say you want to speak to an attorney,
I'd like to.
perfect. We can either try getting you in contact with your own private attorney if you'd like to, and if they won't answer, we have public defenders that are on call that will answer the call.
Okay.
So if you would like to try contacting your own, we can by all means try them first, and then if they don't answer, we can go to the public defenders. Or if you just want to try the public defenders right off the bat because they will answer, we can go with them first, and then they will be it just for like your temporary legal counsel just to give you an answer, like a lawyer answer question, and then obviously you can continue with your separate counsel at a future date.
Yeah, I would like to call an attorney.
Okay, do you want the public defender or do you want to try your own?
My own.
Okay.
But I need my phone to do that.
Okay, so then you're gonna follow me then. We're just gonna leave this here. We gotta go out, obviously get your phone, so, because I'm sure you don't know the number off the top of your head. So go ahead and follow me.
Thank you. I don't have the cups on.
That's fine. I'm not stressed that you're gonna start pulling out knives, and
Appreciate that.
at least I really hope you don't. I mean, it's gonna be a bad day in the office if this happens. Yep. You just want to stand right here. We can. Yep. I've met him a few times. Yeah.
My dear friend.
Good.
He's gonna love this story. I give him shit all the time. Now I can tell him that I'm a. When can I call my attorney, or do I need to just wait for the computer?
Nope. You can make your call right now.
And if she doesn't answer?
Then we can call a public defender, who is an attorney, obviously.
Well, so, yeah.
Regardless, if you want to seek counsel, we can.
Do you stay for the phone call, or how?
No. So as soon as you get on the phone, I will leave because obviously my body camera's on. I will shut the door. You'll make your calls, and then hopefully you'll knock. So I just want to make sure that somebody answers.
Understood. I get it.
And sometimes they want
She may
to.
not answer because it's 10:30.
Yeah, and sometimes they want to talk to me too because they want.
Andrea?
Yeah,
Hi, it's Christina. I need to talk to you.
yeah, what?
You're acting as my attorney right now, okay?
What?
You're acting as my attorney right now.
Okay.
There's a policeman right here, and he's gonna leave the room.
Do you want me to leave right now, or do you want
Yes,
just need
you're
to ask?
gonna
Okay,
leave because
perfect.
I'm now
Just-
on the phone with my attorney.
Yeah, knock on the door when you're done with your conversation, please. Thank you. Something was in my mouth, something was placed in my mouth. I had some alcohol in my mouth when I did the test, so that's why the test is higher than what it was. So it's just
Okay, got it. Understood.
me doing my due diligence and making sure I'm actually doing everything per the letter of the law, right? Okay. What was... What's your attorney's name?
Andrea Rogers. Your phone number?
Yes, please. Okay. All right, so this is your implied consent warning for breath. So it says, warning, you are under arrest for RCW 4661-502 or RCW 4661-504. Driving or being in actual physical control of a motor vehicle while under the influence of intoxicating liquor and or drugs. Further, you are now being asked to submit to a test of your breath, which consists of 2 separate samples of your breath, taken independently to determine alcohol concentration. 1. You are now advised that you have the right to refuse this breath test, and that if you refuse, A, your driver's license, permit, or privilege to drive will be revoked or denied by the Department of Licensing for at least 1 year, and B, your refusal to submit to this test may be used in a criminal trial. 2. You are further advised that if you submit to this breath test and the test is administered, your driver's license, permit, or privilege to drive will be suspended, revoked, or denied by the Department of Licensing for at least 90 days if you are A, age 21 or over, and the test indicates the alcohol concentration of your breath is 0.08 or more, or you are in violation of RCW 4661-502, driving under the influence, or RCW 4661-504, physical control of a vehicle under the influence, or B, doesn't apply to you because you're over the age of 21. 3. If your driver's license, permit, or privilege to drive is suspended, revoked, or denied, you may be eligible to immediately apply for an ignition interlock driver's license. 4. You have the right to additional tests administered by any qualified person of your own choosing. For those not driving a commercial motor vehicle at the time of arrest, if your driver's license is suspended or revoked, your commercial driver's license, if any, will be disqualified. Do I need to reread any of that? Would you like to read any of that?
Sure. Do you have some water?
When we get through with this test, yes. Here, we'll make this brighter. This is usually kind of dim here. We'll make that as bright as it goes. So.
My old lady eyes here. What does 2 separate samples of your breath mean?
So it takes 2 tests. So it does one, like, it's usually about anywhere from 5 to 10 seconds of a breath sample. And then it purges out, takes about 3 minutes, and then it takes another sample of your breath. So then it can compare the 2 samples against each other to make sure one's not so far out of whack.
Okay. Okay.
Will you now submit to a test of your breath?
Yeah.
So here's the fun part. So this is a 15-minute observation period from the second time I observed you. We go based on this clock here.
Second time, what does that mean?
Like when I came in the second time, not the first time I looked inside your mouth, the second time. So like after you got off the phone with your attorney, right? So that was at 22:43, and it's 22:49 based on this clock. So this clock is 2 minutes ahead of this one. So we go based on this one because this is where the machine is. So we go based on this clock because that's the machine test, right? So in that 15 minutes has elapsed. Then we can do the test. So we are going to be sitting here for the 15 minutes of this observation period to be over. I'm not going to ask you any questions. Don't be on your cell phone, please, okay? If you want to ask me anything, I will answer anything, but I'm not going to ask you anything. And I'm not going to freely talk to you because I don't want to ask you anything or make it seem like I'm trying to like get any information or anything on the case from you. So if you want to sit here, I'm not trying to like sit here awkwardly. Just that's kind of where I'm at with it, right? So I'm not.
Tell me your story about becoming a cop.
My story about becoming a cop?
I wanted to be a cop in high school, but then I'm afraid of the dark and guns, so it didn't really work out for me. But I'm curious about yours. I work with a lot of cops every day.
Okay. Let's see. I was always
Where did you grow up?
like the second biggest kid. I was never the biggest kid, but I was always the second biggest kid, right? And I was raised to help other people. I had a really, really strong mom, and she was awesome. And so she always taught me to help out other kids. And so that's just been with me my entire life. So I got really lucky that my mom kind of fostered having just, I guess, having that, right? Helping other people. And then it just kind of.
And that led to police work, or what else did you think about? I'm gonna job interview for the next 15 minutes. Tell me more. Where did you grow up?
Was not just in this area.
In this area in Paulsbo? Did you go to NK?
Not Paulsbo, Kitsap County for the most part, yeah. So,
Did you like school?
both of my parents, my stepdad was a principal and my mom was a teacher. So, not I mean, I enjoyed it until like 9th grade, and then I did not anymore. So
You didn't like it because of their jobs, or just because?
it's very overbearing, right? When you have parents that are teachers, you have to always succeed and you have to do really good. So it just gets hard.
How the principal ends up in the police department, police station?
Well, I mean, it's just a roadblock, right? Everybody hits speed bumps, and it's just nobody is guilty.
Interesting turn of phrase.
Nobody's guilty right now, though, right? I mean, technically, you're not guilty. I don't determine guilt, right?
Sure.
I don't.
I know
I'm not a jury.
I'm not saying you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. How long have you worked here?
For this department, I've only been here for 5 months.
Oh, 5 months.
For Paulsbo, yeah.
Are you still on probation?
Yeah, I would be still on probation here. Yeah.
Where did you work before?
Prior to this, I worked at county. Prior to that, I worked in Auburn. And then prior to that, I worked in the jail for county.
Kids up,
Yeah.
Portrait.
Yeah.
One of my dearest students who I like mentored is practically a son to me. He just made motorcycle in Seattle, but he has mixed feelings about Seattle. He's been with Seattle. Billy was his sponsor. Like, he had to get vetted because his mom spent time in prison, and it was a big deal. Now he's been with Seattle for like 15 years.
It's a long time to be in that department. It's a
We
lot
went
of stuff
to,
you see.
We went to his graduation in Tukwila or wherever that is.
Burien.
Burien, thank you. It's right in that area. Yeah. And it was wild. He shot someone. He was on leave. Really big deal.
I believe it, yeah.
Dinner. It was like really big deal. It was like within the first year of his service. And
Yeah. I could see that in Seattle. I mean, Seattle is
it was nuts. And it was right down the hill from where we lived and where I'd grown up. And there were like 4 officers there when it happened. And at first it was like they all fired because she drew a gun at them. And they didn't know who hit her.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
So they all went out on leave, but it was him.
Dang.
It was a big deal. But I remember he came like a couple of times for Thanksgiving, like to my parents' house, and would come. He was on duty, so my parents lived in North Seattle, so he'd come on duty and like come help Thanksgiving, and then just hang with his car right in front of him.
That part is super cool. Being able, like, if you live in the area at which you work, being able to like be home or do certain things event-wise with family, it's kind of nice because
You
then
live
you're
close
not fully away. So, what's that?
You live close by?
I live in Kitsap County, but not close to Paulsbo now. So,
I work on Bainbridge. Most of my Bainbridge cops live here. Too expensive to live on Bainbridge.
it's way too expensive to live on Bainbridge.
Stupid expensive. We lived on Bainbridge when we moved out.
Yeah, I don't know how.
You can get like the same house for like 30% less or whatever.
Yeah, and brand new and super nice, and still have a nice area. Like Paulsbo is still a super nice area. It's not like you're.
Yeah, your colleague was telling me he was going to level up. I was listening to him. He also said everyone speeds in Paulsbo. Is that true?
It's usually on the fringes, not usually in the middle of Paulsbo, but on the
I was
outside,
just listening
people
to what he
kind
was
of.
saying. I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm in good company.
People kind of on the outside edges kind of speed. So
Where are the outside edges in Paulsbo? I don't even know.
like on the outside city limits of Paulsbo is usually where a
Like
lot.
by the bridge or something? Or?
So like on 305, you know where the round, if you're heading east, you know where the roundabout is at like Knoll and Johnson.
It's right on the hill from my house.
Yeah, so that's technically county, but if you go west towards Baywatch, Baywatch is Paulsbo. So like that's right essentially at the limit. So that whole stretch there is 40, but that used to be 50, right? For maybe like a year ago it was 50. So people think it's still 50, so they'll do 55, 60, 65 all day long. And then you're like, hey, it's 40, so then they're doing 25 over, 15 over. And so you have people doing, pretty high speeds, especially the 25 overs. I mean, that's when you get your bad collisions. And a third of our fatalities or high dangerous collisions right now are based on speed. So speed is it's a serious thing to watch out for.
Yeah, I got my new car in September, and I feel like it's one of those where you like barely touch it, and all of a sudden you're like, whoa, I'm flying.
It's what a lot of people, at least in the Teslas, say.
Yeah, those electric cars. And also, I
'Cause
think,
they're
I
so
wonder if
fast.
it's also because you don't hear it,
Yeah.
you just touch it, but you don't hear it. It's like really a silent.
You're so used to hearing the like where your
Or the-
RPMs
the-
are, so you know where you're at.
It's, and yeah, that's my guess.
I could see that, but
I was doing the math on the electricity bill. Like, I was like, oh, I'm going to save so much money on gas, but it's still been a couple $100 a month on charging, but still a couple $100 compared to what you pay for gas if you're filling up every week, paying 60, 70, $80 a month or $80 a week to fill up on gas.
mm-hmm.
Even here, still, I was over in Ballard for baseball, and I even though I don't have to fill up anymore, I still pay attention to gas prices.
Yeah, I would say you see it wherever
It
you
was
go.
like $4.69, and even like Mossy there, that 76 right there, like the res gas but
Yeah.
I think Paulsbo Safeways, they try to be cheaper, but it was down to like $3.40 or something.
That Safeway is always the cheapest.
They fight with the res gas though. They go back and forth. I used to pay close attention, which is really stupid because it's like, what is 3 cents per gallon really going to save you? Maybe a quarter. But right now it's a little bit less. My husband just got that Bronco, and we pay attention to it for that.
That makes sense, yeah.
And my dad is like weirdly quirky about gas prices, so that's how I was raised. Paying attention to those kinds of
Just funny because, like,
silly things.
obviously when he was raised, they're not so exorbitant like they are now. I mean, now, you can almost get up to, $4 or $5 at certain points.
During COVID, it was almost down to $2.
But it'd be nice. You don't see those prices anymore.
No.
Didn't even dream of those prices. 243.
So sorry, we're waiting 15 minutes. We're doing this and then we're waiting 15 more minutes?
No, so we just need to wait the 15 minutes, which we're essentially right at the 15 minutes. And then we'll do the test. The test takes like 6 minutes, not for you, just the total time is what it should take to do it is about 6 minutes, because by the time everything kind of goes through. Okay, 1 more minute to wait.
It's been 14 minutes.
Yeah.
I've only got 10. You had me at 47. Now you said it was, didn't you say it was
I
47?
based on this clock. This clock is 2 minutes ahead of that clock.
Okay. I thought it was 2 minutes behind. Sorry. I thought this might.
No, yeah, you're good.
Okay. I'm having a very out of body experience right now.
All right, so again, it's about 5 to 10 seconds. You don't got to blow like super hard, but you have to consistently blow. There's a bar graph on here, or there's a graph on here. Dotted line at the bottom. You just got to stay above the dotted line, and then there's a bar at the bottom, and there's a straight line through it. We have to go past the straight line. So honestly, you just worry about, yeah, just blow, keep blowing. I'll tell you, keep going, keep going, keep going, and then I'll tell you when to stop. It's as simple as that. So just you worry about
More like it.
just pushing the air through. I'll tell you when you need to stop. It's as straightforward as I can be with that. Just if I was in your shoes, I'd be curious as to like what I'm looking for and seeing all these stuff happening, right? So I'd be curious what's happening if I was in your shoes. Okay, go ahead and stand on up. I'll hold on to this while you you blow onto this, okay?
Can I take my jacket off?
Sure, go ahead. All right, nice deep breath in. I'll hold on to it.
What do I do? Just
Just
put it around my mouth
yep,
and
put
blow?
put your mouth onto it and then blow. So I'll hold on to it.
Can I just touch it? Is that okay?
Sure. Nice deep breath in and go. Blow, 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 blow. So hold on. You're sucking in. See, it says
I took a breath before.
no. Okay, suck in before
Okay.
and then go.
Sorry.
Hold on. It's got to purge it out.
I was trying to take a breath in before I did that.
Okay, nice deep breath in now.
Okay, hold on.
Blah 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 blah. More, and you can be done. Perfect. If you want to have a seat, you can. It's going to be about 2-3 minutes. It's got to purge it out of the system, and then we'll do one more, and then we'll be. It'll print off results for us, and we'll figure out what's what.
Feel like a scary time to do your job? Not like right this second, I'm just talking about in general. In a weird way.
It's no worse than when I signed up.
Oh.
I mean, it's not like I signed up at a great time, right? So,
What'd you say, 5 years?
I've been on the road for the last 3, so it's not like it's,
Post-COVID.
yeah, it's not like it's,
Post-George Floyd.
yeah, it's not like that's been a great time to be a cop. So,
It's been a weird, hard couple of years.
yeah, but I mean, it just kind of is what it is.
Yeah,
So,
it just scares me. All of it.
but somebody's got to do it. So, I mean, if nobody's willing to do it, then we're just gonna descend into chaos. So, not that I'm that good or that person, just I don't know. I'm probably just that stupid. Honestly, I just am not smart enough to figure something else out.
I don't know.
It's what it breaks down to be.
It's funny how it all works out.
But I mean, Kitsap is completely different than other parts of the country. So, I mean, coming from Auburn, it's night and day different. So,
You almost done here when you get
yeah, test 1 is done. So now we're going to test 2. So we're almost done. Yeah, I was gonna say we're almost there.
Is this like when the umpire gets the call overturned and they have to call New York? How do you feel right now? I'm just curious. I'm not trying to be.
How do I feel?
I'm just curious. I'm
No,
curious. I'm just trying to understand the whole thing.
I already know.
It's a very out of body experience.
I feel like I know what these results are going to be, but I'm curious. I'm always curious what the results are going to be. Ready?
What do you think? Okay, now I'm calling
Nice.
in a second opinion.
Yeah, nice deep breath in, and then
I'm
it'll.
just curious. Sorry. Okay, I apologize. We've been talking for a while. I'm not trying to be a smart ass.
Nice,
I'm just,
nice deep breath in,
Okay,
and
okay. Hold on.
yeah.
Sorry. It just
Here we
makes me
go.
very nervous.
Blah 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 blah, and you can be done.
I just never wondered, like I'm a big baseball fan, and I always wonder, like when in Major League Baseball, like when or I guess it's in NFL too, but baseball I care more about, like when they do the head tap.
When they get the call in
And then
from
they have to call-
upstairs, and
No, they call New York. It's like a big deal.
yeah,
And then it's like, if you're the guy paid to make the call, and then they overturn you, like, what does that feel like? And with all due respect, guys, I'm
If I get overturned, I literally don't care.
Okay,
Like
that's good.
there's
Okay,
no
that's
skin
good.
there's no skin off my back, right? Like
Right, you're just trying to
my-
keep the public safe.
my
whatever.
job isn't to care.
It's
Like
just been a hard night for me, so I'm just asking the
I get
question.
it.
Wasn't on my bingo card. That's good. I wonder what Major League Baseball umpires would say.
I feel like
They probably get butthurt if they get.
I think they get butthurt.
I think they're a little bit more
They
egotistical,
also make
right?
like $700,000 a year.
Right.
So like they're paid. Not that you guys shouldn't be paid that. Not that none of us should not be paid that as public servants. I'm a public servant, but like
Dang.
they make it.
700.
Yeah, and then if you make the World Series, you get like $100,000 bonus.
I want to know how.
Did you
they-
know that?
I want to know how
I
they
track
select the umps and the refs for playoffs or like how.
I think it's performance based.
So
Is it
NFL,
performance?
NFL, those guys have full-time jobs. They
Yeah,
work during
they're-
the week,
they're
and then
lawyers
they
and
like
stuff.
yeah. No,
Yeah.
there's a guy that lives in Tacoma that's an NFL umpire or ref or whatever they call him, official. But Major League Baseball, they mostly live in Arizona and they like fly around and so you get per diem, you get to be put up in a hotel, they get flown everywhere, you know.
So if it's performance
And you get
based,
like,
though,
yes, it's
do they,
performance
like,
based.
Do they? Do they feel like they need to make more calls?
I don't know. They're about to be out of a job. It's like AI, where they're, next year
Yeah.
they're piloting this whole thing where like the machine can make the call. I don't know. Just an interesting question. Are you a baseball fan?
I never really got into baseball. I don't know. I just
Our family's big baseball people, so
Yeah.
I could talk about this for hours. But
my girlfriend's family was a huge baseball fan. But I just it's too slow for me.
Yeah,
I
it's fair.
just-
it helped a couple years ago when they moved it to the whole pitch count thing, where it's like every in between pitches is like 10 seconds or whatever. That makes it move along.
Yeah.
Ironically, as I'm sitting here talking to you, the major gripe from the stadiums and Major League Baseball was now they don't sell alcohol after the 7th inning, and if the game moves really fast,
No,
they
they're going
actually
too quick.
They lose profit on the.
Mm.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense. I think NFL stadiums, I don't think you can buy alcohol.
I don't know. I don't
That
want
would
to
make
go to.
sense.
NFL fans are gross to me. Like in person, I love watching NFL on TV, but going to an NFL game sounds like kind of the worst thing ever to me.
Yeah, I've been to a couple games and people.
Feels just belligerent.
Yeah.
That's fair.
All right, what you got there?
Okay, so you're gonna get one of these, and obviously one stays with us, right? So, whole bunch of information on here. If you want to look at it, you can. So, IREC, you can just take the lower the two numbers. It doesn't really matter, right? 0.07, 0.067 is essentially what it is. Legal limit is 0.08. So, as you're sitting currently right this minute, you're below the legal limit. As we are on the road, more likely than not, you're above the legal limit. So, as I first contacted you, in my opinion, you were above the legal limit. I'd bet that you were above the legal limit when I contacted you, and or when you were driving on the road. So you're going to be booked for DUI, suspended third, and reckless endangerment DB.
How is that determined? Like that you're saying that when I was on the road that you bet that I was like betting. Does that where does betting come into that?
It's just stuff that I've learned across my career, right? I get that I'm.
Right, but like I don't want to be someone's litmus test.
I get that. This is not. This is not me going out on a limb and like Officer Fuller just trying this for the first time. This is
I'm not saying it is.
proven
I'm just telling you that
that
obviously
the average
gonna-
person dissipates alcohol at 0.015 for every hour. We first contacted you. I contacted you at 21:52, which is over an hour ago. So if you add 0.015 to these numbers, you would have been at over an 8. At over a 0.08.
Okay,
So you would have been above the legal limit.
sure. I suppose.
So
By like the average metabolism or whatever we're calling it.
so yes, so there's
So
obviously.
what do I do now?
So now you're going to go to jail on those 3 charges. You'll have court tomorrow at 10:30. The judge will see you, and then the judge will make the determination on what's going to happen.
I'm going to jail. So
Correct.
I can't go home. I spend the night in jail.
Correct. Yeah. You have a DV charge against you. You're not going home.
Wait, this is insane, you guys. Like,
I agree.
what do you mean you agree? Tell me more. And also, am I being being recorded?
Yes,
Right,
my body
Tell me
camera's
more
on.
about why you agree this is insane. I would
Because
like to know more.
I agree with that statement.
What?
So
What part of it?
we're gonna go to jail. Do you want your jacket on or not?
No, I want to go back to the part where I said this is insane and you said I agree. I want to understand what you mean by that, and I feel like I have a right to understand that.
I'm not gonna elaborate any further. We're done with this conversation. So
Okay, so you agree that this whole situation is insane.
correct.
Okay. And I'm being recorded because I don't see your red light. Okay, thank you. I just want to make sure.
I will show you. I've had no problem being transparent with you so far, have I?
No, I just
I
want to
know.
make sure.
Yeah, and
Because
I'm telling
usually
you.
when I'm in my job,
Yeah.
I don't want to be recorded, and so I look for the red light, and the ones for the BIPD use are on the front. So I apologize.
Yeah,
But
we
that's
don't have these rings on
usually on the front, so I can see it.
because it's distracting for people, right? So we don't want to distract people.
I like to know that it's there. I actually appreciate it. Knowing that it's
It's
there.
more distracting for people and it takes away the focus of our conversations.
I just like being known I'm being recorded, but I'm usually not the subject of the.
That's fair.
Yeah, yeah.
Two sides of each coin. So do you want your jacket on or not?
So can you just tell me a little bit about what's about to happen? Because like,
Yes.
quite literally, I'm supposed to be at work tomorrow. I'm supposed to take my kids to school.
So,
I need to call my husband. I guess I probably need to call my attorney again. Like I don't. Can you
So,
tell me a little bit more?
Like I already
And
said.
also,
So
do you have a pen, or can I use my phone?
Sure.
You're saying that
here's
if
your
I
pen.
had been metabolized, what is my result here?
So these are your results, right? Right here, the ones in the black. Those are your results.
Right, and so you're saying that an hour ago. Tell me the math again one more time, please.
So I contacted you over an hour ago.
What time?
Just at an hour ago.
1 hour ago.
Yep. You want to know the exact time?
Sure, I guess.
21:48 is when I stopped you.
Okay, 21:48. Is that, sorry, I don't know military time. Is that
So that's 9:48.
Okay. And now,
I was just trying to make it easy because
so
right,
it's an
these
hour
ones
20.
are. Yep. So
Okay.
an hour, right? That's why I just said an hour to make it easy for you, right?
Sure.
Because I mean, I can work in easy one
It's fine,
chunks.
whatever. Yeah, keep going. So then, tell me the metabolism
The average
thing.
metabolism
Mm-hmm.
is 0.015.
Is point,
0.
I know.
15.
Thank you.
No, I just thought you were stuck for a second. I'm not trying to be rude.
Nope. Okay, thank you. In 1 hour?
Correct.
Okay. So you're basically telling me that, and I'm sorry, I'm sorry, which of these am I to look at?
Whatever one
Between-
whatever one you want. It's so these are two different things, right? IR and EC, they're two different things.
Okay, so, but I don't understand, if I'm gonna add 0.015 to any of them, which should I add them to?
It quite literally doesn't matter because even if you add it to the smallest number you have, you're still going to be at over an 08.
And so because an hour ago, you're saying that the average person, that's where I'm now being arrested and spending the night in jail.
Correct.
.82, if that's correct. And we have no proof. We have no way to determine that, other than you're just using like sort of the
Training and
average
experience. Gotcha.
number. Right.
Yep. So do you want your jacket on or no?
I want to call my attorney.
You can make these calls now when you get to the jail. So they'll let you get numbers off your cell phone and you can make these calls. We're not making these calls right now. We are now going to transport you to the jail
Where's the jail?
in Port Orchard.
Are you serious?
100%.
I have to be able to call my husband right now.
Okay, you can call him when you get to the jail.
No, that's like in 45 minutes. I don't,
Okay.
I want to call now. It's now 11:15.
Okay.
I've got 3 kids at home in bed. I have an 8 o'clock work meeting. This is nuts. I was 10 houses from my house. You
Okay.
pulled me over, and now you're going to suspect that an hour ago
So-
I was potentially 0.02 over the limit because of some random
You could've-
hyperbolic number that
You
is.
could have been at your house and I could have still have arrested you.
I
It does-
understand that.
At your house or not.
Okay,
does
fine,
not- home-
fine.
home
I could have
base
been 3
doesn't count.
miles from home.
Yes.
My point is that this is insane,
Okay.
and you agreed that it was, and I'm just processing because this
I get
is
that.
so far outside of the realm of my world.
And I get that.
And I'm not a criminal. I'm not a drunk. I'm not, like, this is insane.
Okay.
And I'd like to call my husband for 5 minutes, please, before we leave, because I don't want to call him at 1 a.m. when he's
I have
not
afforded
awake.
you so much more leeway than I do other people.
Appreciate you. That's
So
nice.
we
I don't
aren't
know
doing that
why.
right because I'm trying to be respectful to you.
Okay.
So we aren't doing that right now. You can make those calls when you get to jail.
Can I call him while I'm in the car?
No.
Are we going to handcuff me to go to jail?
Yes.
Okay.
So go ahead and stand on up. If you want your jacket on, you can put your jacket on. If you don't, we'll carry it with us.
I don't know.
Okay, then stand on up.
I don't know. I might throw up. So, because I don't want to throw up on my jacket.
Okay, go
I'm in
ahead.
jail. I don't even know how to text my colleagues and tell them that I'm not going to be at my meeting with me.
Okay.
Why do you have to handcuff me?
It's just our department procedure. Go ahead and put your hands behind your back, please.
And if I agree that I get to appear in court tomorrow, I can't go home?
No, you cannot.
Okay.
Let me double lock.
These are really tight.
Let me double, well, because if you turn your hands like that, or do you want your hands
Tell me what to do.
pointed
It's
together?
Really, really tight. Yeah, I'm not going to hurt anybody. I wouldn't have a way to, even if I wanted to, which I don't.
Oops, hold on. Let me just trying
Can I
to.
just please get a Kleenex?
Sure.
Maybe 3. Oh, fucking hard. I'm not going to do it right now.
Okay. If you put your hands like you're praying, it make it there. You go, like that.
I
Yep.
don't pay.
Well,
Whatever.
you understand
I
the
do right now.
you understand the concept. I'm not saying you have to. I'm just understand the concept. Okay. Let me make sure that these are both locked. Okay.
Can I at least? I'm just worried everyone's going to sleep.
Okay. Go ahead and follow me.
Is that my copy?
This is your copy. This is the one that's going with you.
Where does that one go?
This one stays here because it's gonna go in with our records.
Okay, so it just stays there.
Yep, it stays there because it's gonna go with our records. This one's going with you, so it'll be in your property. This is the one that you wrote on, so it has all your notes. So you have it. This door here. I don't. If you need to puke, just turn to your left and puke on the seat. I don't care. That's why it's plastic.
You have my phone?
I do.
gonna be a bitch, but can we go?
Yes, I'm trying to make sure you have all the correct forms.
I get it. I just.
You want your window down?
So glad I was never a cop. I could never do this to people. Awful. I can do it to bad people, but this is nuts. And I'm not even trying to be holier than thou. This is just fucking bad. I'm not gonna be any attack. It's my face really big. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, give me.
I gotta do it, please.
Okay.
Please help me.
I.
I help people with getting a dice every day. I've never had one, but I'm about to. I can do it. Please, thank you. This is pathetic. Oh, can you just take these off, please? I
cannot,
promise.
no.
Please, please. That's
Nope.
all I need. I can't breathe.
Would you like the aid
please,
crew to come check you out?
Please. I don't need an aid crew to come check me out. I can tell you exactly what's wrong with me. I just
Okay.
take these off.
I'm not trying to be disrespectful to you, right?
I'm not saying you are. I just. I am completely. I can't call. I can't do anything, and I'm just. This is not what. All an acre. If an acre comes, can you take these off for a minute?
And they're just gonna take your vitals, but they can do that around your
Of course
sweatshirt and
they
stuff.
are. They're gonna see that my heart rate is crazy off the charts because I'm freaking out. Because who wouldn't be freaking out right now over something like this that's gonna ostensibly ruin my life for no fucking reason? Can you please take these off? Please take them off, please. I'm taking them off. Just 30 seconds, please. I gotta breathe. This is awful. Please, call an ACAR. Please call an ACAR. Please call an ACAR. I need
Call
help.
619.
I need help. I'm gonna freak out.
Can I have aid respond to my location for a panic attack, please? I'm at the PD.
This is not. I don't get it. Please take these off. Just please take them off. Please take them off, please. I need them off. If I can take them off, I will be fine. I just need you to take them off me. I'm feeling claustrophobic. I need help. Please take
Do you
them
need to
off.
stand outside the car?
Yes, please let me stand. I need to move. I need to move. I need to move. I need to move. Can you please take them off? What in the world would I do? What in the world would I do right now? I have nothing in my mouth. I have nothing on my body. You've searched. I mean, please just take them off.
I get that, but you've also made. I'm not gonna get.
What in the world? Please, I just can't ride for 45 minutes with these stupid things
No,
on.
we're not riding in the car for 45 minutes without handcuffs on.
To Port Orchard?
Correct.
Why?
Because that's not how our procedure goes.
What do you think I'm gonna do?
It doesn't matter what I think you're gonna do. That's just not what we do.
Okay. What evidence have I given you that I'm gonna be, other than the fact that I'm having a panic attack because they're on? I'm compliant.
I don't judge you any different than I judge anybody else. And
appreciate that. Okay.
if I'm not
Fine.
going to do it for you, I'm not going to do it for anybody else.
Okay.
Like it's just that's how I was always trained to operate, right? I can't treat you any different than I treat anybody else. And I feel like that's fair, right?
No, I try to. I threaten you. I can understand it. I'm threatening you in the slightest. Oh.
It's a simple principle of treating everybody equal regardless, right? I don't treat anybody different.
Sure. Never had a panic attack before, and now I have a lot of empathy for my students who have them all the time. Because this is
wanna go home and go to bed with my kids.
Negative. I'm good here.
Not
Thank you.
drunk. I'm never drunk. Stupid.
Coming right behind you is the aid crew, ma'am. So just please watch yourself.
I can't even believe I'm in this position. It's like my worst nightmare of all time. All I'm gonna do is just take my heart rate. I just want to take these off for a second and breathe. Please don't let it be Dan's son in this medic car. Please don't let it be Dan's son. Oh, please don't let it be Dan's son.
Does he work for Paulsville
Of course
Fire?
he does. He's an EMT. He works for Ballsville Medic. Of course he does. Good luck it will be.
Hello.
Hi. I'm just having a panic attack about the fact that I'm leaving the house. Okay. That's all. I freaked out and I have to ride to Port Orchard. I don't know that I can make it 30 minutes with these on, and I'm being told that I'm going to have them on regardless. And there's nothing you guys can do. I get it. I'm just hoping that we can take them off for a second. I've never had a panic attack before, and here I am because I'm obviously freaking out.
We're happy to take a look at you and make sure it's not anything else.
It's not anything else, guys. I know it isn't. I just, my breathing.
Can we give you a few things to work on while you're on your way to Port Orchard?
Deep breaths.
Have you heard of the box breathing method?
Yes, I teach the box breathing method. I know all these things. I'm
Okay. How about the five senses?
yeah, I'm just in a space where I'm having a hard time settling my brain now. As you could probably imagine.
Scared man.
Yeah.
It's uncomfortable for sure. Can we do absolutely anything for you?
Can I take these off for 30 seconds, please? Just
If
put my
they
hand
need
up- my hand over my head.
something for it, sure, but I'm not
Just
like
put my hands over
I
my
have
head.
said.
Even if that's what's really helpful, just put my hand over my head. Take some deep breaths before we go, please. I have no.
No, I just want
Yeah,
for you.
yeah. I'm not aggressive in the slightest. I'm a teacher and a mom of 3, and I promise I have no reason to hurt anyone. I just want to get my breathing under control, please. Are you still recording this?
Everything's being audio and video recorded.
Great. I guess. That's really all I'm asking. I just would love a couple. I just was very caught off guard by the fact that I had to ride to Port Orchard with these on, and I just would appreciate them off while you're doing this for a couple minutes. I promise. I have no reason to hurt anyone. I just.
You can put it around.
It will.
It's up to you guys.
it will
If you guys
settle
need them
me
off
down
or whatever.
and we'll
Wait,
do that,
take a blood
please.
pressure real quick.
Okay.
Thank you.
So they'll come off just while they do the blood pressure, and then as soon as they're done doing whatever treatment that they need, then they're going to go back on, okay?
Alright, you can take a few seconds. Take about 10 deep breaths and we're going to do the blood pressure, okay?
And just try to focus on holding your breath. That's going to help slow your heart rate down, and it's going to help. The big things are to just make sure to hold your breath in, breathe out slow, and make sure to hold your breath out after you breathe out. And just take another breath right away.
Alright, I'll take one of your arms from you, okay?
Thanks for coming up.
I looked at the weather and I've gotten all excited over the next few days. We got like 10 days at least. If it doesn't change with no rain.
Really?
I know. And Saturday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Sunday.
I won't tell the weekend yet. I'll wait.
I know.
I'll hold that hope.
Because it could change tomorrow.
Oh, 100%.
When I scrolled
yeah.
it, I was just like, oh.
That's always the fun. You see like snow in the forecast, and then you're like, I'll give it a day, and then you're like, now it's rainy, now it's sunny, now it's snow, and you're like,
I just don't want to throw up all over my white sweatshirt, which I get to wear to jail.
It's not super exciting.
Nope, it's really not. Look at the cards tonight.
And she is in custody.
yep. Do I need to sign?
Yep. Because currently she cannot make this decision.
Yep.
And why can I make a decision?
Because you're in custody, so you can't sign a refusal for us saying that we're not taking you to the hospital because you are in custody.
I don't need to go to the hospital though, do I?
No, I don't see anything, but we have to do that every single time we see somebody if we're
I
not
understand.
going to the hospital.
I understand.
And what was your name?
Fuller.
I am super terrible with you guys' names.
No, I would be too. That's what's great about having nameplates. I'd be like, oh, hey, so and so.
The only one I remember is Mojo, and that's pretty
He's
distinct.
yeah, super tiny.
I'm super sorry. I'm going to be another pain in the ass. Can we go to the bathroom before we go, please?
Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Where's that?
We're just gonna go in this way. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. Are we going back to the store?
Yep. The alcove on your right, you go in there, you'll see the bathroom. A little bit. All right.
Is there any way to loosen them at all?
They are already extremely loose as they are. This is way looser than I'd go for almost anybody else.
Thanks. Can we do any looser?
This is already extremely loose. I wouldn't go this loose for anybody else. Hey, what's up? Yeah, I haven't done it yet. Thank you. Correct. Thank you, I really appreciate it. All right, bye. Yep. Yes, we are coming up on the car dealerships. We're like 10, 15 minutes away. Paulsbo, one female.
Got it, 1 second.
Thank you. come on out.
Can you see if my glasses are in there? I can't find them in my front pocket.
Yeah, they're in there.
Thank you. Drop them. Can you get my jacket, please, out of the front?
Yep. And then if you just want to stand right back there
Yeah.
for me. Okay, we're going to go all the way up this long hallway to those 2 white signs. So we're on the jail system now, so I have to search you one last time so they can see at least search you, not leaving any weapons on you or anything like that. So you're just going to face this sign here for me. And take those glasses out of your pocket and just put them in this
I actually
bag.
need them.
Okay, you want them back on your face?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Just
Yeah.
my cheaters with me because they were in my car. Thank
Try
you.
not to stab you in the
Thank you.
forehead. Okay. Okay, we're gonna go around the stairs, all the way up the stairs. And you get to the top.